back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
First things first, I gotta say, if this comes to fruition, every single Conor McGregor hater will have to shut the flying fuck up. As soon as the UFC announces this bout, if it is true, I don't want to hear shit, because let me explain why. Tony Ferguson has revealed that he underwent a minor elbow surgery on social media, but this is what he had to say. Keep him sharp. So I asked the doctor if he could make my elbows more sharp. Well, with a wink and a nod, it was done. It was a very minor surgery, and now getting ready to unify my belt with McNuggets at the Notorious MMA in the first quarter of the year, March or April, as recovery is going great. Hashtag defender vacate, motherfucker. The first day of therapy was huge. I never liked sitting on the sidelines. Repair Sports Institute HB, almost to full flexibility and next to strength. Thanks Dr. Mara and Dana White and UFC for the orthoscope. It was a success. Great job. I look forward to kicking McNuggets' ass and defending the strap for a decade or two. And new Tony Ferguson MMA Snap Jitsu Snap Down City. My map, motherfuckers. Tony Ferguson told social media. Alright, with that being said, Tony Ferguson is looking to defend his title as soon as he's recovering from this elbow surgery. It's looking like he broke his elbows on Kevin Lee's head in the interim lightweight title fight when he was throwing them fucking vicious elbows from the guard, changing the game low-key, even though that's not a completely new move. He put a huge emphasis on elbows from the guard that fight. We've seen Michael Bisping carry that into the Madison Square Garden UFC 217 fight. We've literally seen that every pay-per-view since UFC 216. To a very effective manner, those elbows from the guard. I think we're going to start seeing that a lot more. These wrestlers are going to have to be safe in these guards, man. It might be a new season. I don't know, I'm just talking, but it's very interesting to see the emphasis put on elbows from the guard after Tony Ferguson had such success with them versus Kevin Lee at UFC 216. Now he's got a minor elbow surgery, keeping him sharp. And he's also saying that he's going to be fighting Conor McGregor in March or April. Most likely it's going to be March, St. Paddy's Day, or somewhere around there. Of course, Conor McGregor, St. Paddy's Day, no matter who it's against, is going to be huge. It doesn't. Now, this is why everybody's got to shut the fuck up if this is the real fight. Because what do they say? What do most stars go for? What do you say? Lowest risk, high reward. This is the opposite. Tony Ferguson is the highest risk, lowest reward. Conor McGregor could go fight some old boxer, Paulie Noodles, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather for $50 to $100 million. He could fight George St. Pierre or Nate Diaz for $25 to $75 million. He's not going to make as much as he would in boxing because the UFC's not there yet. But Tony Ferguson is going to be on the lowest end as far as financial or monetary gain or any of that, popularity, whatever, any type of gain Conor McGregor could gain from a fight. Tony Ferguson is the lowest reward. Now, for us MMA fans, this is the fight we all wanted to see. I personally did not believe this was going to happen because of exactly what I just said. Fighters usually at this level of the game, I mean, anybody on the top of the game, most of these guys, Floyd Mayweather, George St. Pierre, they take the lowest risk for the highest reward. And it's not just them, that's just what it is. You try and keep your spot. Conor McGregor, if he takes this fight with Tony Ferguson is a UFC fighter on an 11-fight winning streak. He's fucking the interim champion. He's almost cleared out the entire lightweight division on his way up. He's only got one loss to Michael Johnson before this win streak started, but Tony Ferguson is the motherfucking man, El Kukui, and he's easily, in my opinion, the most dangerous opponent Conor McGregor could face. And that's just is what it is. So if this is true, and I don't know why Tony Ferguson would be so, for Tony Ferguson to be as confident in this, I'm hoping it's true. Because if Tony Ferguson wasn't confident here, I mean, I heard Kenny Florian also say that he heard this was the plan, a Tony Ferguson Conor McGregor unification bout maybe in March. So now this is two people, credible people, Tony Ferguson and Kenny Florian, but at the same time, it's just not what I expected because it's the highest risk, lowest reward. You're going to sell probably the least pay-per-views fighting your most dangerous opponent in this fight. So if Conor McGregor does that, if Andy's going to be defending the belt, that's all the hate he had left. People were like, oh, he doesn't want to defend his belt. He's never defended a belt. He's just going to take the money fights. If he does this, this is the fucking opposite. Conor McGregor would literally, and if he, I don't know how this fight's gonna go. I can't even say Conor McGregor's just gonna walk through Tony Ferguson like some people might, especially the Conor stands. Tony Ferguson does get hit in his fights, and we do know Conor McGregor puts people down. But we also know Tony Ferguson is very durable, and even when he's been maybe on skates in a fight, he's always been able to do what he needed to do, whether he needed to pull guard, whether he needed to go to his jiu-jitsu wrestling. Tony Ferguson is a very well-rounded fighter, and probably the best lightweight on the planet. We'll definitely see who the best lightweight on the planet is when he fights Conor McGregor, if he fights Conor McGregor. I'm super excited that Tony Ferguson is under the impression this fight's going to happen because he is the current interim lightweight champion. He's not going to fight anybody except for Conor McGregor unless Conor McGregor vacates. So it's looking like it's going to be defend, which is fucking really dope for me. I don't see any shenanigans happening. I mean, same time, we also thought GSP might defend. He pulled up with some colitis or something. So look forward to something like that maybe. The only reason this fight doesn't happen is if Conor McGregor maybe gets in some out-of-the-ring shenanigans as he's healthy. We haven't heard about no Conor McGregor colitis. So unless the fucking mob gets Conor McGregor by March or April, then we got us a hell of a fight. It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you tell me in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.